from family, friends, and fans. It was very heartwarming, um, more than I um, frankly expected. uh, and I wanted to make sure that I thanked everybody who uh, acknowledged my birthday, regardless of the platform: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, um, and also, even though I'm 63, I've said today I'm also 36, and I believe I have to explain that. I'm not talking about looks or anything, although when I look at my past pictures, I haven't changed that much. Uh, but at any rate, what I'm talking about is demographics. And when I look at my YouTube demographics, who is most likely to watch my video and how old they are, it comes down to 36, the year 36 years old, which just happens to be the reverse of 63. I couldn't have planned that better. Um, Now you would say, why is that important? Because it's good to know that I'm reaching an audience broader than my age group. It's good to know that, and I've known it for some time, but it's nice to see that after 19 years of doing this, um, in talking about video blogging, and 21 years of in blogging and new media, that I can still produce something that makes a difference news wise. And I think the most gratifying aspect of all of this is that who I interview. Um, and I just, for a time, I think I sort of fell out of love with vlogging, although I never stopped. But always focused on how much money each video made. Like right now, I'm talking to you. It's 2 minutes and 20 something seconds, and this is still at zero. And that's YouTube. So whatever they're doing, it's odd. If I talk about, like, I made a video about Sydney Sweeney, and that video quickly zoomed to 700 views. Yeah, a video like this, it's not reaching, or I think also what they do is they delay the video, the view count. Whatever the case, I think that they need to go back to a bit more what I would call an honest system. Um, and that's a whole another story for another time. I'm going to choose to reflect on the fact that today I received communications from a number of people I hadn't heard from, which told me stay in better touch. Um, and it also reminded me of the rich tapestry of people that I'm blessed to know, and how long back many of those relationships extend. And yeah, it's quite heartwarming, and it's a unique way, this form of to evaluate your life from one perspective, not your whole life, of course. But when I got involved in vlogging, as I said before, it was because I was trying to find a mechanism to drive traffic to my sports business simulations, I should say our sports business simulations website, because I was partnering with Dan Rasher. Uh, and that did work, but it catapulted me into a whole new world of media tech at a time when people were really asking questions about what this means, what it means to be able to quickly put out a message. And this is still, I don't think people grasp how unique this is in the history of us, to be able to just communicate an idea and have it seen by a bunch of people way beyond your reach, uh, immediately, immediately. And then also to be able to find ways around those who would either um, who try to block you in some kind of way just because they don't want the message out for generally some silly reason, which they later admit that was a silly reason, which is interesting. Um, it's a fun time. And I always encourage people to tell their story, or if you don't want to tell your story, I will tell it, and um, and we can go from there. But don't. I will say this: don't be afraid to tell your story, or don't be afraid to tell your story to me and get it out there, or don't be afraid to invest in Zennie 62 Media and allow us to build this machine that helps people tell their story. Um, because the way this we're going with artificial intelligence, you're going to have a rash of people who have information out there that is echoed by some network or even some bot that happens to be wholly inaccurate, if not uh, catastrophically wrong. Right? You've got to know how to have that removed. You got to be able to go to someone that knows how to have that removed, or removed it, or push it down, uh, and tell the story about that person. That person has the right to have out there. That's really important. Um, it's interesting the number of people that want to shut up somebody else. That's not a good idea. Let them talk. Let them have their say. It's not a good idea to have a country where we're trying to block economic numbers because we don't like them. Well, guess what? Uh, that has some very bad consequences. It's kind of like not taking your medicine but knowing you're sick, right? Um, and then not wanting others to know that you're sick and you're not taking your medicine. You can't run a country like that. You can't even run yourself like that. You got to take your medicine. So, uh, vlogging is a fantastic medium. It's better than podcasting. I see podcasting as a subset within it, and I'm blessed to be able to do this. But way beyond that, I'm really blessed to have all of you as friends, regardless of the level or intensity of friendship and family. And um, I'm particularly blessed that my mom is with me here, and um, just my mom is a wonderful person aside from being my mother. So that's all I've got to say right now. Um, thank you. God bless you.